Welcome, George. Welcome, Simon. Welcome, Michael. Welcome, Barbara. We'll get started in just a few minutes. We'll let some people join in. And let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from, what brokerage you're with. Feel free to turn on your video so you can engage with us here. And we know you're present for the call. We're going to be talking about Facebook today, the power of Facebook, Facebook business, Facebook personal, how to take it to the next level with your Facebook account. And how many people on this call actually have a Facebook business set up as well as a Facebook personal? Are you active on both? Are you active on one? Feel free to put it in the chat, Facebook personal, Facebook business, or both. Hey, Penny, good to see you. Excellent. We got Barbara with Howard Hanna Rand Realty in Pine Bush, New York. We got Robert with My Seasons Realty in Hopac, New York. Slawomir says personal only. Karen is at Houlihan Lawrence. We'll give people a couple more minutes to join in, and then we'll get started. And put in the chat, what had you join today? This is a training on Facebook, Facebook business, Facebook personal. You had an hour in your day to show up for this webinar. I'd love to know, what do you want to learn today? What do you want to learn about Facebook, Facebook posting tools, Facebook business tools, Facebook personal, knowing the difference between the two. I know there's a lot of confusion when it comes to what we should use, Facebook personal or Facebook business. I'll be breaking that down for you today, showing you some of the best tools to use on Facebook, how to post on Facebook properly, what you should really be doing with your relationships on Facebook. Awesome. So we have somebody says, trying to see what I don't know about Facebook. I love it. Lorna has Facebook business and personal.
All right, Alex, I think I can intro you and we can get started.
Perfect.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we have Alex from RealGrader, and today we're going to be discussing Facebook business versus Facebook personal. Alex, thank you so much for joining us.
You got it. Excellent. So we also have Jose on my team on the call. He is going to be checking out some of your Facebook accounts in the background to give you some feedback, give you some recommendations if you'd like. If you want us to be Googling you in the background and giving you some recommendations, say yes, please, in the chat so we know Jose can check out your accounts and give you some ideas. We're also going to give somebody a live audit today. So we're going to audit your account, give you some feedback, some recommendations. All of you will get an opportunity to get a live audit as well. Awesome. We got a lot of people saying, yeah, please.
Yeah,
Google me, check me out.
For anyone that wants to be Googled in the background by myself, I want to make sure that you guys do have your first and last names here on Zoom. There's some of you that, for example, I see iPhone Barbara. I have a gentleman with F9R. If you can change your names to your full first and last names, that way I can go ahead and look you up correctly.
Excellent.
Awesome.
All right, and just give me 1 second. I'm just setting you all up here with a free gift. All right, perfect. So here we go. Each car.
I have my last name here.
Excellent. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super. All right.
Very good.
So my name is Alex Montalenti. I'm the CEO of RealGrader.ai. I do a lot of trainings on, social media, AI, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. I speak for the National Association of Realtors at a lot of their events as well. And today we are going to have a very interactive session. You'll be able to put questions in the chat. We'll address those questions. I'd love to get you all to participate so I know who's really going all out and participating. I've created this participation form. If you don't mind, scan this QR code. This is part of the test, right? I'm going to kind of test you all to see, where do you stand? Do you know what your Facebook account URL is? Do you know what your social media URLs are? What do you want to learn today? If you take a moment to fill in this participation form, and Jose, if you could scan this QR code, get the link and put it in the chat, that would be great to help out some people who are in the chat. We'll give you a minute to fill in this form. And that's going to give me a good idea of who's on the call and how Facebook friendly you are, how social media friendly you are, how you're doing with your Google presence and things like that. If you don't know all the answers on the form, that's part of it. That's okay. You can leave them blank. And if those of you that aren't muted right now, if you can mute yourself, just so we have some, we don't have background noise.
Pull your statement, because based on
All right. Once you completed the form, just say I'm done in the chat, so I know it's working for you all. You were able to complete the form. And then we'll get into it. I love it. Super interactive group. Somebody's already drawing on my screen. I'm going to try to erase that. Let's see if I can get that to go. Maybe
Awesome.
Mark, you got that for me?
That's done.
There we go. Clear all drawings. How are we doing? Is that form working for you all? I see a couple people filled it in.
Yeah, we got one gentleman that completed it already. We got Jonathan that's done with it now.
Perfect.
Yeah, it shouldn't take more than a minute or two to fill out. Okay, Yen is done. Got it, Barbara. Got your name right here. Thank you. Awesome, Michael. That's all right. Just as best as you can fill out the form. That's all we need. Whatever you have available.
All right, based on the feedback I got so far, let me share with you all what we got on the call. So a lot of people are saying I post daily. Half the people are saying I post weekly. Half the people are saying I post daily. When it comes to Google reviews, I see a few people have 0 reviews online. I see some people have 20, 23 was the most I got. Very few people know what their Facebook URL is, okay? And that's part of what we're going to train you on today, is really understanding that your social media handles you need to know your social media handles, first of all, because people will ask you, hey, what's your handle? Just like they'll ask you, what's your Instagram handle? And you want to make sure that that's consistent across the board. So for example, I saw somebody on here, Will Sells Homes, right? So that was, we had Joe Hernandez, right? Joe Hernandez on the call. And his Facebook URL is Will Sells Homes. His LinkedIn is /Will Sells Homes. His YouTube is /Will Sells Homes. That's consistent, right? So we want to make sure that our Facebook is consistent across the board. And we want to make sure that we're posting consistently on these platforms as well. So let me jump into the training. Thank you for filling in the participation form. The number one thing you want to know about Facebook is that it's not dead. I think a lot of people have this misconception like Facebook is old school, everybody's moved to Instagram, everybody's moved to TikTok. That is definitely not the case in real estate. There is a lot of money being made on Facebook personal accounts for real estate, and there's some money being made on Facebook business accounts. I would say that there's more of a move for you all to be making your money and building your relationships on your Facebook personal accounts. And I think the real estate industry has been trained that you should only be really using your Facebook business accounts because they said, hey, that's where you should post your listings. But in actuality, we are in the relationship business, are we not? And in the relationship business, we want to build connections and build relationships through our Facebook personal accounts. Now, one thing to be wary of is what do you post on your Facebook personal account? You do not want to just post your listings on there. You want to post things that are more relevant to who you are. People are connecting with you. So that leads me to secret number 2, which is Facebook is really about relationship building. It's not an advertising tool. It's actually a relationship building tool. It's a social media network for the purpose of building social media connections. And secret number 3 is that Facebook tells your story of who you are, what you're doing, what are you up to, and it helps you stay top of mind. All right, so I'm going to ask the question again. How many of you are using your Facebook personal accounts to grow your business? And how many of you are not? Barbara says not yet. Jesse says sparingly. Tony says I use both. So this should be your number one takeaway, is that there's actually a lot of relationship building and business to be had from your Facebook personal accounts. And many of you don't use them, and that's normal. I see that as a lot in the real estate industry. However, if you were to go on your Facebook personal, update your headshot, and say, hey, I haven't been on Facebook in a while. I'd love to know what you all are up to or what you're doing. You would be surprised how that is going to wake up the algorithm, let Facebook know that you're alive, and it's actually going to go out to all of your old connections, and it's going to reignite your database. So that's one piece of homework that I would invite you all to consider is go update your headshot on your Facebook personal account and write something in the description that says something to the tune of, hey, I haven't been on Facebook in a while. I wanted to update my photo. How are you all doing? And you will be shocked how many people comment on that post. It'll probably be one of your most engaging posts. Why? Because it's Facebook. What is Facebook originating on? Faces. So when you update your face on Facebook, it actually shares that with your whole world and sphere on Facebook. So who's on the call that's going to take on this little experiment? I have clients that have gotten listing appointments just from this one action, because it wakes up your database. It wakes up your sphere. It tells Facebook you're here, and it tells all the people who you haven't spoken to in a long time that you're here too. One thing you could add to that is say, I haven't been on Facebook in a while because I've been busy working on my real estate business. How are you all doing? And that would inform people that you're in real estate, and people would be like, oh, you're in real estate. I didn't know that. It's kind of a nice way to wake up your database and let everybody know that you're in real estate. Make sense? If you're following, put following in the chat. If I'm moving too fast, say moving too fast. Following, following, following. Awesome. All right, let's keep going. The agenda for today, I am going to cover Facebook history a little bit, Facebook personal, Facebook business. What's the difference between friends and likes, friends and subscribers? Friends are on your personal, likes and subscribers are on your business. We can touch on Facebook ads and a little bit on Instagram as well. Little history on me. I've been in the industry for over 25 years. I got in this business thanks to my mom. My mom was an amazing realtor. She was really great with relationships, and she was terrible with technology, right? And she knew it. So what did she do? She hired me right out of college to be her digital marketing assistant. And I helped her do digital marketing, and she closed the biggest deal of her life. It was an $80,000 commission check. and she was a single mom raising 2 kids. So you can imagine an $80,000 check comes in, biggest deal of her life. It made a difference for her, and all of her friends wanted to hire me to do their digital marketing. Next thing you know, thanks to my mom's struggle with technology, we built one of the top digital marketing systems for real estate professionals. And I've been in the industry ever since. I speak at a lot of events. I work with all the major brands, Anywhere, EXP, Keller Williams, Berkshire Hathaway. Our system has really gone far and wide. And today, you're all going to get an opportunity to be an early adopter of one of our latest products that we're going to be launching for your organization. We hit the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies last year. I've spoken for National Association of Realtors Legislative. I've spoken internationally, digital marketing expert. And this is just why, you might want to listen to what I'm saying here, is because I've actually won awards for doing over $10 million through one website. We have a huge community of influencers that we work with. We have a top 1% podcast called Top Real Estate Influencers Podcast. These are some of the people that have been on our show, like Elena Cardone, Veronica Figueroa, the #1 RE/MAX team in the world. This is our team, and we've helped over 100,000 agents. So now that you kind of got a background on me, let me address the biggest problem in the room. The biggest problem is that 93% of sales professionals, especially in real estate, are not optimized when it comes to their Facebook, their social media, their Google, yet everyone's Googling you and checking you out, right? In fact, people are friend requesting you probably right now. People are LinkedIn connecting to you. People are following you on Instagram. So you want to get this stuff dialed. And the thing is, a lot of agents are making a lot of mistakes online. For example, inconsistent social media, lack of branding, broken links and outdated information, inappropriate or negative content, missing profiles or duplicate profiles. So based on that, I'm curious, if you were all to grade yourselves 1 through 100, based on your Facebook, your social media, what score would you give yourself? Let's see who's really tech savvy in the room and who's needs to do a little training on their online presence. Latricia says I'm a 50%. Charles says 10. Sharon says 45. Justine says 20. We got some 80s and 75s. So the average grade is a 30 in the real estate industry. The average grade for top producers is a 45. Penny's a client, so she's at 85. So she knows what's going on there. Awesome. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is like how to improve your Facebook presence and your overall presence. We measure how realtors are doing online, so we can always run an audit for you and tell you what your actual score is. Jose does this all the time. We are going to talk about the digital card. All of you today are going to get a complimentary digital card. You're going to be early adopters. This is coming out soon for your organization, but because you're on this call today, we're going to let you try it out early. I'm going to give you the link, and we actually pre-built a digital business card for all of you. Isn't that pretty cool?
I think that's pretty.
So this is,
and Alex, I think it's pretty good to just get a feel for the room. Like, who here has a digital business card already? Like, are you using any way to share your information digitally? Are you just relying on paper business cards?
Yeah, we got some wows, we got some thank yous, we got some that's awesome. Penny says Instacard rocks. Latricia says I have Popple and Blink. Rebecca says I have Instacard. Some people not using a digital card. Suzanne says paper, thank you. I get it. So here's the difference between this digital card and other digital cards. This digital card is completely customizable. Most digital cards are not. They usually just have a white background, kind of basic. This digital card, you can customize every last color on it. This digital card integrates with real estate. So it can integrate with your Zillow reviews, your Google reviews, your Facebook reviews. It's got your Facebook linked from it. So you can actually share your Facebook super easily. It's got integrations to be able to share your listings, your property search, your home valuation. It captures leads of other people. And most importantly, not only does it capture the lead of the other person, but I'll take a regular scenario. Let's say, who's on this call that's got video? Let's say Barbara, right? Barbara, you go to open houses? No, you don't? Who goes to open houses that's on video right
I
now?
haven't done it yet.
Okay. Who goes to open houses currently?
I go
Anybody?
to open houses. Rebecca.
Rebecca, perfect. So Rebecca, imagine you go to an open house, you meet a homeowner, you meet a home buyer, you share your digital card with them, you capture instantly their information, an email gets exchanged both ways. You know where you met that person, you know when you met that person, it's all stored, right? It gets stored in your digital card, it gets stored in your phone, and you have the ability to look them up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and any channel and connect with them on those platforms. Do you think that's going to build a more solid connection than just handing out a paper card?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So that's the idea. This is like a whole digital experience. And you're going to find that once you use something like this, you're kind of never going to go back to paper because 88% of paper cards go in the garbage in less than 2 weeks. And if you are going to use paper, you're probably going to want to put a QR code on it to link it to your digital card. So the nice thing is we pre-created digital cards for everybody in this organization, and you can be early adopters to this because we're not actually launching this till a little bit later on. We also help with social media if you need help with that. But let's get into what I can provide to you all just off the bat that's going to help you in your business. I'm going to give you all videos on how to leverage your Facebook. I'm going to give you all guidebooks on how to leverage Facebook for your business and Google and LinkedIn and Instagram. And I'm going to give you all the complimentary digital card. And I made it super easy to do this. All you got to do is text FB for Facebook to this phone number, and it's going to automatically auto respond with the guidebooks and the digital card for you. And then I'm going to follow up and send you a training video on how to do Facebook properly. So once you do that, you'll get the links. It'll say add to community will be the first link you get. Once you put in your information, it'll automatically send you 2 links. Once you got the 2 links, let me know that you got them by putting it in the chat. The phone number is 516-400-4161. And you just text the letters FB for Facebook. Once you got the link, say, got it. Jose, you want to give that a try? Make sure it's working for everybody.
So I just posted the number in the chat, and I tested it myself right now, and I immediately got the reply. So that's good.
Perfect. Excellent. Latricia got it. Lena got it. So you get the link to your digital card, plus you get the link to the guidebooks, and then we're going to send you some videos that'll help you as well. And then as soon as this is done, I'm going to get into the training on Facebook business versus Facebook personal. I just want to make sure you get some nice goodies just for coming to the class today. Excellent. I see everybody got it. If anybody gets stuck for any reason, you could say, I'm stuck, it's not working. But we'll provide the links to Mark and he'll send it in the follow-up email. And also you can email hello@realgrader.com and say you were on the HGAR webinar, and we'll make sure to get you those links. Actually, Jose, can you copy and paste the links and just put them in? I might make it even easier.
I
Put
read
them in the chat.
Yep, that's exactly what I was doing.
Perfect. All right, so let's get into Facebook. The history of Facebook, I just want you all to know, it started in 2004. In 2007, Facebook ads got born. In 2007, Facebook business profiles were born. In 2010, they launched Facebook groups. And in 2012, Facebook bought Instagram. And now it's all owned under Meta. And in 2017, it launched Facebook Messenger. So these are different tools that you could consider using in your business. Now, Facebook ads, I would not consider using that unless you had a proper Facebook consultant, because people waste a lot of money on Facebook ads. Facebook business profiles, all of you should have one. Why do you need a Facebook business profile? Because in order to have an Instagram business profile, you must have a Facebook business profile. So that's why you need both a Facebook personal and a Facebook business. The Facebook personal will be for building relationships. The Facebook business will be to have people subscribe to your channel and so that you can create an Instagram business profile. Facebook groups are really great to join from your personal profile if you want to start building more connections. For example, you could join a group of Westchester parents, right? You could join a group of Westchester paddleboarding, for example, if you were in Westchester. Why would you want to do that? Because you're going to find look-alike people that you might want to relate to, that you can basically connect with, that are in the similar interests of you, that are in the same geographic area as you. That is how I built most of my connections. I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and all of that was built mostly through groups. Now, Facebook, Instagram, in order to play on that and do it right, you need to have a Facebook business account. And finally, Facebook Messenger is one of the most underutilized sales tools on social media. And I'm going to teach you today how you want to use Facebook Messenger to build more business and to get more Google reviews. So overall, Facebook is now owned by Meta, and Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. It's a huge market, okay? $117 billion market, $115 billion in advertising revenue, 3.5 billion users. So this is by no means a dead platform. This platform is still growing. And I've got to add that ever since Mark Zuckerberg invested more and more in AI, I'm telling you, this is going to get bigger and bigger. And I've been watching Facebook for years now. So this is not going away, even though TikTok and all these other platforms, Facebook is not going anywhere but up. Now, advantages of Facebook. Number one, it's super easy to make connections with people. It's probably the easiest one, even easier than Instagram. Number two, it's super easy to post, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Number three, you've got great data and analytics to know how your Facebook is doing. And number four is you have multiple advertising opportunities. Like I run Facebook ads all the time, and I make tons of money doing that, but you have to know what you're doing. Now, Facebook business and Facebook personal, very different. Facebook ads obviously cost money, but personal and business are completely free. So you should be taking advantage of the free platforms. So let's get into Facebook business first. Facebook business will not look like this. If you see a page like this, this is not a Facebook business account. How do I know? Does anybody know how I know that this is not a Facebook business account? Feel free to put it in the chat. Let's see what we got here. The friend tag, exactly. So if you see friends, that means it's a Facebook personal account. If you see likes, then it's a Facebook business. Okay? They look very similar. A Facebook business account and a Facebook personal account, very similar. They both have cover images. They both have a headshot. They both have a name. But the difference is one will say friends and one will say likes. So this one is a Facebook business page. And my recommendation is all of you brand your Facebook business page properly. So Ernest over here, he's got his logo, he's got his phone number, he's got a tagline, right? He's put his title. You want to make sure that you put your phone number, your brand, your title on your Facebook business account. Why? Because if you're not taking advantage of the digital billboard, how are people going to contact you, right? How are they going to know that you're in real estate? How are they going to know that you're a professional?
All right.
Mark, can you help me with the muting? Yeah, thank you. Everybody can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so back over here. This is what a Facebook business page might look like. I have different examples of this, but this is a decent example. You'd have a local area image, you'd have a logo, you'd have your title, you'd have your phone number, and you can design this in Canva. So you could go to Canva and say, Canva, I would like a Facebook cover image. They'll give you a template, and then you modify the template. Super easy. And now you upload your new cover image. Most Facebook businesses I see don't have branding on them for realtors. In fact, we'll Google somebody today and we'll see what's up there. So if you're somebody that just has like a local image or a picture of a golf course or a picture of a house, that's not enough. You really want to get your branding in there, and you want to identify as a real estate agent or broker, and you want to have a call to action. The call to action generally should be call now. and I see a couple mistakes people make. Some people put message me. That's great, except are you really going to check your Facebook Messenger all day long? Most realtors check their phone all day long, but they don't check their Facebook Messenger all day long. Some people put WhatsApp me. I think that's even worse because you're not going to check your WhatsApp all day. And most people don't use WhatsApp. Like a lot of people do, but internationally, more people use WhatsApp than in the domestic US. So I think the best option is always call now, because if they're interested, they're going to click the call now from their mobile device, and that's going to connect you to a phone call instantly. So far, so good. We following? Paula says, my Facebook business is connected to my personal account. Is that okay? Absolutely, Paula. That is how it works. Your Facebook personal actually owns your Facebook business account. And your Facebook personal could actually own multiple Facebook business accounts if it wanted to.
Oh, thank you. I was just making sure I was doing the right thing.
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome.
Here's an example of somebody that went on their personal Facebook, updated their headshot. So Ernest did what I told him to do, just like I told all of you. And I want to share the story because it works. He says, hey friends, I haven't been on in a while. I've been working on my new business. How are you doing? And he got 81 comments from like a dead Facebook. So that was his most engaging post. Out of those 81 comments, some people said, hey, let's connect. He grabbed lunch with this client here and he got a listing. I've had agents get multiple listings from just this post alone. So updating your headshot will get you widespread audience, will get you engagement. And all you have to do is respond to each and every one of those messages, because you don't know who those people are, how they're getting woken up. Do they need to sell their home, or do they have a sister, brother, uncle that needs to sell their home? And my recommendation is you send each and every one of those people a personal direct message, because that is how you're going to build a relationship with them. Yeah, Marianne says, that's interesting. I've been told not to link my personal and business. Yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions out there. Your personal account manages your Facebook business account. Many people have been telling you not to post your listings on your personal business, on your personal Facebook. Yes, that's true. You want to mostly post your listings on your Facebook business account. Now, are there people still posting on their personal? Absolutely. But it's a big turnoff to your friends if all you do is post just listed, just sold, under contract on your personal Facebook. So that's where you want to save that for your business side. Okay, this is another example of a great cover image. We designed this for Gary Ashton. He's the #1 RE/MAX team in the world. He's got a beautiful cover image that tells people he's the #1 RE/MAX team in the world. So if you're the #1 agent in your area, you should definitely put that in there. If you're the #1 Realtor.com rated agent, you should put that in your cover image. If you got a designation, you're a CRS designee, certified residential specialist, I would put that in there. Rebecca has a question. I post on my Facebook business, but I get friend requests from my Facebook personal. That's how it works. You get your friend requests on your Facebook personal, but you could be posting on both. Jacob says, should I post educational content on the business or personal? Educational content can go on either one because it's education. It provides value. Now, I want to do an audit of somebody's online presence. Who wants to get a Google session done on their Facebook? And I can check out a couple of your other platforms as well. This is the complimentary audit. Rebecca Bank threw her hand up first, so she's going to get the prize here. So Rebecca, let's do this. I'm going to go to Google. Rebecca Bank. Realtor. So Rebecca Bank, notice how I put Rebecca Bank Realtor, her realtor.com shows up. You're at Keller Williams, I guess, Rebecca? You can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Excellent. And do you have a Google business page, Rebecca?
Yes.
You do. What is the name of it?
You guys set it up, so hold on, let me check it.
Perfect. Oh, nice. Yeah. So Rebecca's got a nice branded cover image because we designed this for her. Right? And then if we go to her Facebook business, she also has a nice cover image. So we're gonna have to also Google somebody that's not a client, but this is a great example of how it needs to look, right? We do have to fix this WhatsApp for you. That should not be there. But you do have links to all your social media platforms here. You do have your banner set up properly. And notice how she has consistency across the board. All of her platforms look the same, right? That's what all of you want to have, is nice, consistent branding and banners across the board. Let's see if I can find you on the maps. Yeah, here you are. Perfect. So Rebecca has 36 reviews because it was
Nice.
Rebecca A. Bank. So let me go back there for a second. And what I wanted to show you here, one thing we got to add for you, Rebecca, is a Facebook icon. But all of you can have social media links from your Google business. And what that does is it tells Google that Rebecca has an Instagram, Rebecca has a LinkedIn, Rebecca has a TikTok, a Twitter, and that's why she's doing really well. Her sites are optimized on page 1. So if somebody was to Google Rebecca, would you all say that she looks like a professional online? I think she's looking pretty solid. She's got 36 5-star reviews. She's got consistent branding across the board. She's got all her social medias working. Everything checks out. So the only couple things for you, Rebecca, we got to sort that out. I'll talk to my team, is add the Facebook icon here and then
Okay.
change that call to action from WhatsApp to call me.
Okay.
Awesome. Michael's offering. Michael, you're not a client? Michael Kubala? And thank you, Rebecca, for being a client.
Glad to be.
Awesome. So Michael Kubala, let's take a look here. So Michael, where are you located, Michael? What's your
In New
geographic
City
area?
as well as Allendale, New Jersey, New York and New Jersey.
Got it. What's the New York area?
New City.
New City? Excellent. So here's Michael's Facebook. Perfect. This is a great example. So Michael, awesome headshot, right? Great titling. Michael Kubala, licensed real estate salesperson in New York and New Jersey. He's got the call now, call to action. The only thing is this banner. It's a beautiful local area image. But if you're I think you said you're at Coldwell Banker. I saw Coldwell Banker. We should probably add the Coldwell Banker logo. We should add your phone number, your title, things like that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. And just to give you another example, like for Coldwell Banker, I'll show you a Lori Lynn. Lori Lynn is at Coldwell Banker. This is what I would kind of shoot for you, Michael. Something like this, like have a nice headshot, have your phone number, your license number, your title, your logo. And that's something you can either hire us for, or you can go in Canva and create this on your own. Make sense? And Michael, let's take a look at, while I have you here, I'll just look at your realtor. So here we got like a little bit of a different look. We probably don't want this promotion. We probably want something that promotes you more, right? Rather than the office. So this is just an audit to remind you all, you want to Google yourselves because your clients are Googling you. And you want to make sure that your branding is consistent. You look like a professional. They can contact you easily. Everything is cross-linked. And that's the name of the game, right? So let's jump back into the presentation here. Hop back over here for you.
Yeah.
If any of you want an audit done, Jose can do a live audit just like I did for Michael. We'd actually spend more time with you, spend like 20 minutes going through your online presence. You can scan this QR code, or Jose, if you want to put your calendar link in the chat, feel free to schedule time with Jose. He'd be happy to go through, give you recommendations on what to improve. If you need help with all of that, we do provide help with that as well. Jose, you got your calendar link to put in the chat?
Here it is.
Excellent. So that's something we do complimentary as a member benefit for all of you, is we provide a complimentary digital audit. We'll not only go through your Facebook, but we'll go through your realtor, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, make sure everything is looking solid, just like your customers would. The only difference is we're experts at this, so we're able to find the broken links, the mistakes pretty quickly. Once you schedule, just say I scheduled. And for the rest of you, what's your biggest takeaway from seeing what we Googled between Rebecca and Michael and kind of what I showed you for Lori Lynn? What's your biggest takeaways for yourself? Excellent. Latricia scheduled. Robert says, I need to clean mine up. Yes, we see it all the time, Robert. You're not alone. Lena says the call me button. Yep. Yeah, the last thing we want to do is have to check a million places to see where our leads are coming in. Latricia says, my takeaway is I have a lot of work to do on my pages. Good practices. Excellent. Yeah, I'm about to get into some more good practices as well. I just thought it's valuable for you all to kind of see where you stand and what needs to be improved. Lorna says, mine needs a lot of work. Excellent. Jesse scheduled. Yeah, it never hurts to check. We do a full audit sweep of all 8 of your profiles, including your realtor, Zillow, homes.com. So while you're all scheduling, I'll kind of move through the content here. This is what a Facebook personal looks like. A Facebook personal page is going to look more like, it shows me the friends. It's got a cover image. You can change your cover image on your Facebook personal more often. The Facebook business, I would kind of leave it as a branded channel. The Facebook personal, you could change from time to time if you wanted to, and you could copy over the same branded cover image from Facebook business to your Facebook personal. And you simply do that by going edit cover photo, right? Now, from a Facebook personal, there's so many things you can do. You can create a story, you can create a post, you can edit your bio, and you really want to tell people who you are and what you do through your Facebook personal account. This is where you can change all of your bio information. So if you look at this navigation here, you have posts, you have about, you have friends, you have photos, you have videos, you have reels, and you have more. Those are all the different sections of your Facebook personal. And I would venture that most of you have not gone in to update this in a long time, because most people don't. They think they set it up once and they're good, but you actually do want to go through and update all of this. So you do want to update your about section, your work and education, the places you lived. Make sure you have the right brokerage, like places you worked. You wouldn't be surprised how many times we Google an agent and maybe they work at Keller Williams, but then it says they work at some boutique brokerage from like 12 years ago, right? Or they moved to Coldwell Banker and it says they worked at KW. We see all of that kind of digital chaos, I call it. So posts, I'll get into in a second. About is very important to update. Your friends, your goal is to get to 5,000 friends. I know that sounds high for a lot of you, but if you start at joining some groups, you can really expand that network. And I'm telling you, this network pays dividends. Like Jose knows how much business I get from my Facebook personal. We grew our business leaps and bounds from my Facebook personal because I've been building my connections in the industry all this time. So when you meet people, you should really be asking them, hey, besides your contact info that I just got, where should I connect with you? Do you like connecting on Facebook? Do you like connecting on Instagram? Do you like connecting on LinkedIn? And then make the connection right there on the spot. Because people do want to have a deeper relationship with you. And I'll tell you the biggest mistake, you all know it. What's the biggest mistake we make in sales? Number one biggest mistake that salespeople make. Jose, do you know it?
Not following up, not reaching out to your contacts, not having
Yes.
conversations with them.
And why don't we follow up? Because it's work, right? Oh, I got to go on my phone and find the phone number. You know what the easiest way to follow up with your people is? Connect with them on social media. It's an automatic follow-up system. Every time you post, you're reaching them and you're staying top of mind. So you do it once, one connection pays dividends for years. And you would be surprised how many people come up to me 5 years later. Alex, I know I don't comment on your stuff, but I've been following you for 5 years and I watched your journey. And I love your family and I love the way your business is growing. And they've been watching me the whole time. It is a huge asset to your sales. Okay, huge asset. Do not let this slide. This is like one of the biggest tools I've used in my business. And that's all done through my Facebook personal account, right? You need the business, but the personal one is where the relationships are. So you can always search for more friends. You can search for your clients. It stores your photos, obviously. It stores your videos. It stores your reels. So it's kind of like keeping memories for you too, which is kind of cool. Pretty cool photo gallery for my kids. And, you know, it depends on your privacy issues. But for me, I'm pretty wide open book. And then you got all this too. Now, Facebook and relationships. Facebook literally changed my life. I'll tell you a quick story that why I believe in Facebook relationships and Facebook Messenger. About, what was it, 6 years ago, I got divorced, right? And tough time in my life, really tough. And I never thought I'd meet somebody else, to be honest. And then a year later, I was on Facebook and my friend had a friend that posted something and I friend requested her. This is my friend Yulia and this is her sister Valeria. And we connected on Facebook and I sent her a direct message and she replied. And here we are, a couple of years later, we're together and now we have a blended family. That was all done through a Facebook connection. Like magic in my life, miracles, 3 daughters, tons of memories. Had I not been on Facebook and made that connection, that would not have happened. So that's like outside of business, what the kind of magic that can happen. I've met investors through Facebook Messenger that have invested in my company. I've met realtors through Facebook Messenger, like all kinds of relationships get built. So that's a powerful tool. So let me talk about some of the tools. Number one is, posting, reels, right? These are tools that you can use. You can always post on Facebook and you don't have to be that creative. And why I say that is it's so simple. You could just post a sentence on Facebook and stay top of mind. You could ask a question like, what's your favorite book? And you would get a ton of comments from your friends and you can start conversations. It's that simple. Or you can go complex and have a whole social media strategy and a video strategy and content creators and all of that. But for a lot of you, I know that you don't want to be wasting a lot of time on social media. In fact, I limit the amount of time I'm on social media. I don't spend more than 30 minutes a day. My phone kicks me off. It says, you spend too much time, get off. So that I get back to my business. What I want to do on Facebook is I want to go in, I want to post something on my personal, post something on my business, post something on my Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, connect with a couple people, comment on their stuff, engage with them, and then I'm out. And then I get back to my business. But at least I touched social for the day and I had that touch point and I stayed top of mind. So try not to get too overwhelmed with this, or you hire a social media management company that does it for you. But I think you're all in the business to be in the business of real estate. You're not in the business to be a Facebook guru, right? My mom didn't want to be a Facebook guru. She wanted to just build relationships with people and help them with their home ownership or home buying or home selling. So can you do videos? Absolutely. There's a whole section and a whole tool for videos on your Facebook personal. There is Facebook Marketplace where you can post listings. That exists as well. There is Facebook Reels. There's Facebook Games. You can waste a lot of time in here, I'm telling you. But stay focused. Go in, create content, engage with your clients, your good friends, and get out. If you're sitting there scrolling, you're actually a consumer, not a creator. Big difference. 95% of the world consumes content. 5% of the world creates content. And if you're a salesperson, you want to create and get exposure. You don't want to consume and waste time. Okay. It's a big distinction there. When it comes to Facebook posts, here's what you can do. You go to the section called What's on Your Mind, Alex, and you can either post a video, a photo video, a feeling or activity. These are all the different options. The easiest one for all of you to use is the one where you just start writing text here and it puts a color background in the background. That's the easiest thing to post, and you see those a lot, and they actually perform really well. Okay. Now you can upload photos and videos, of course. You can tag people so more people can see your post. And for example, if you're doing an open house, I would tag the homeowner. I'd probably want to be friends with the homeowner so the homeowner can share the open house with their neighbors, because we all know the neighbors sometimes are the ones that buy the home. You can post a life event, a live video, where you can raise money. There's all kinds of stuff you can do, but try to keep it simple and not get too overwhelmed here. Facebook is one of the simpler platforms. When it comes to Facebook groups, you could come into Facebook groups and search for Westchester and look at all the stuff you find. I grew up in Westchester, Florida. Okay, maybe that doesn't work for me because I'm in Westchester, New York. So then I go to the Westchester group. That one is in Westchester. So there's 4,000 local people in that group. Those are all potential clients. There's the Westchester Networking for Professionals group, right? This guy, Plugin Intro Forcino, he's actually a realtor at EXP who created a group for Westchester. Super smart. So you can create local groups or join local groups, and that's how you can get more friends. Now, here's what you don't want to do with groups. Do not go in groups and post your listings. Can't tell you how many times agents are posting listings in my groups. Most annoying thing ever, because we're not there to see your listings. We're there to connect with you. So if you want to post something of value that's valuable to everybody in the group, that's amazing. Like, hey, there's this great local park that just opened up and they got this whole section for my dog and my pets. That's useful. You provide value a few times, you become known in the group as somebody who provides value. Then you can connect and friend request everybody in the group, and they'll be like, oh, I love Barbara. She always provides value in the group. Let me friend request her and accept her request. And now you're building local connections, right? You could create a group for your local market and post value in that group as well. This is a great group too, Lab Coat Agents. There's like 160,000 real estate agents in there. If you want to learn about new technology, Tristan Ahumada is one of the owners of this group. Lab Coat Agents, biggest Facebook group out there. Highly recommend you join that group. Here he is. We do a lot of work with him. And always stay on top of like what's coming out new with Facebook, because if you use the latest tools, Facebook gives you bonus points. They give you more exposure when you use their tools. So for example, if you're using Facebook stories now, you're going to get a lot more exposure than a regular Facebook post because that's one of their latest tools. So what can I share with you that kind of is your takeaway homework? Number one is make sure you have a Facebook personal set up and update your headshot on that Facebook personal. That'll wake up the algorithm. Make sure that you also have a Facebook business account. Make sure that you start friend requesting people and building those relationships and those connections. And then you can go to explore tools, ads, Instagram business, things like that. But I think if you're not using Facebook personal, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. But you do want to have that distinction between Facebook personal is for relationship building, Facebook business is for advertising, listings, and advertising things. So I'll pause there and see if there's any questions.
Yeah, Alex, we have a few in the chat. We have one from Justine who asked if she should be accepting every friend request that comes in.
The way I do it usually is I look at, do I have mutual friends in common? If I have none, that's my first sign of like, maybe I don't want to.
Yeah.
Right. And if I click on their profile and it looks really fake, like there's only like 2-3 posts, then I definitely don't connect with that person. Right. Because that's just a spamming account that they're trying to get you hooked into. So first clue is, do I have mutual friends? If you have like 10 mutual friends, that's probably a good person to connect with because they have friends in common. If you click on their profile and it looks sketchy and there's not a lot of posts, and you know what a sketchy profile looks like, just don't connect with that. You don't need that.
2 questions.
Yeah.
This is being recorded. Will there be a link if we want to watch it again?
Yeah, I believe Mark provides that. Mark, do you post that somewhere?
Yeah, it goes on the member portal. So will be posted after this, and we do send a link post after. We'll send a link follow up.
Okay, the other question I have for you is, what is your view on friending or not friending other realtors? Is it a plus, a minus, or neither? I've always been thinking that it's not a plus.
I think I take the opposite standpoint because I've seen a few cases where realtors friended other realtors and then they got to see what are those realtors doing in the market, how are they marketing themselves, and they learned from that. I've seen cases where a realtor posted one of their listings and it was a brand new listing and it was a perfect fit for one of the buyers that they had. So then they contacted that realtor, right? So I personally follow all my competition. Like, I want to know what my competition is up to. I want to know how they're marketing themselves so I can one up them, right? Or I can learn from something they did. So I'm personally of the frame of mind of like, yeah, just accept that. Unless you're at 5,000 and that's like maxing you out, then okay, at some point I would stop, requesting that. You don't want your entire client base to be realtors. You want obviously some to be real people that you could work with too. I mean, they're all real people, but I mean, ones that you can work with.
Part of why I asked that is I've always been a little confused about what my other friends can see. What can my friends see that another friend posts? That's basically it.
They won't see the other realtor's stuff unless that other realtor tags you in the post.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're not, unless they're friends with that realtor, they're not going to be able to see that realtor's content unless you're tagged in the post, which would be kind of weird unless you guys were co-listed on a listing or on the buying and selling side.
That answers that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we have a few people asking for the recording. Mark mentioned that these will be available for replay inside your HGAR member portal. And then I also believe their YouTube channel would be a great resource for you all as well. So I'm going to post a link to the HGAR YouTube channel on here as well.
Yep. And I did see a question. My business Facebook is not connected to my Instagram. The personal is. How do I undo this? So you go to your Instagram and you choose in the settings. It's a little complicated. There's a setting where you can delink the account and then you can relink the account. So you just have to do the proper delinking and relinking. How do I post a document without having to turn it into a photo first? Facebook's really not for posting documents as much as images or links. So I'd probably turn it into a link. If it was a document and you really wanted to post a document, I'd probably put it up on Google Drive and then share the link. That was for Susan. Let's see what else. How do you keep up with the 5,000 friends and message them? You don't have to, right? You're not going to. I mean, just like I don't keep up with the 5,000 contacts in my phone. What I would do is I would create a list of my most valuable clients, and then I would keep up with them. So there is the capability in Facebook to create a list, and then you can see just the posts coming from your most valuable clients, which is a really great way to narrow down where you should put your focus. That was from Rebecca. Using ad highlight and ad followers features. Yeah, using these ad features are really good. It has people see your content. You can do at everyone, and that'll be everyone who commented on the post. If you're in a Facebook group, at everyone will get everybody in the group to see your post, even better. So there are some tools. Those are great little Jesse put up some good tools. Those are tools that can increase engagement. How do you set the time limit on your phone for social media? Great question. It's actually my favorite feature. I think everybody needs this in their life. We get carried away a little bit. So in iPhones, I go to, what is it called? Hold on one second. Screen time. So there's under settings, there's a section called screen time, and it's pretty scary. It'll tell you how much screen time you're using for your social media. And then once you see that number, oh, you're going to want to slow that thing down. It's pretty, first time I went in there, it said 4 hours a day. I was blown away. I was like, there's no way I'm wasting 4 hours a day on social media. But apparently I was. So then you go to app limits, and then you can limit the apps that you want to limit, like your Instagram or your Facebook or your LinkedIn, so that you don't get, wasting time. Latricia has a question. I have followers on my personal account, but my business account has hardly any. How do I promote my business account on my personal? Can they be linked? So that's great. The algorithms have changed a lot. Facebook is not promoting Facebook business that much. Like years ago, it was. If you went on your Facebook personal feed, you would see like a personal post, then you would see a Facebook business post, then you would see an ad. If you go on your Facebook feed now, you barely see any Facebook business posts. Why? Because they're prioritizing personal posts because they want it to be relevant. And then they're promoting the ads where they're making money. And they have to find that balance. So Facebook business just got pushed to the side because they don't make money on that. Right? So really what they care about is finding the right balance between your personal posts and them putting up ads where they make money. And if they put up too many ads, we all say bye-bye Facebook because we feel like it's TV and commercials, which is why we don't watch TV anymore, right? Because we don't want the ads. So as long as Facebook keeps that balance of personal posts, then they'll sprinkle in their ads every third or fourth post. But you don't see Facebook business. So it's really hard to get subscribers and likes on your Facebook business. I would say you shouldn't even worry too much about that. I would say you should have some. You should post your listings on there. But the way it's being promoted now, it's kind of being left in the dust. Okay, it's just needed to have an Instagram business. I would say Instagram is where you want to build your following, and Facebook personal is where you want to build your relationships. And as far as Facebook likes, I wouldn't care too much because it's not getting you that much exposure. Awesome. Thank you, Lena. Mary says, most of my posts are Facebook, are downloaded from my Instagram account. What's the negative? No real negative there. I mean, it's about time, right? We only have so much time in the day. So personally, I use a platform now that I put my content in one and it syndicates it out on all of them. And it's not as high impact, but it saves me a ton of time, right? So you really got to look at like, where are you going to get the most return on your time? I think the highest return on your time is engaging with your high profile clients on social media. The best return on your time would be to have at least one piece of content go up on every platform, ideally every day, with the least amount of time spent to get it up, right? Like if it takes you 3 hours to do a post on Facebook, that's probably not your strength. And you probably shouldn't be playing that game. You should either hire somebody to do it or don't do it, because 3 hours for a post is not worth it. But if you spend an hour engaging with your clients and commenting on their posts and sending them direct messages, that's relationship building. That's better than cold calling. Susan says, which platform do you use to post across platforms? So we have our own program. It's called Influencer. And from Influencer, you can post on all your platforms. You can ask us about that. Other than that, there's other platforms like Hootsuite and different things, but ours is really nice because it's kind of like Hootsuite built in with ChatGPT, plus we provide the content and we know real estate. So we're kind of in the know of that. What's the difference between stories and posts? Stories don't last forever. So stories go away in 24 hours, unless you store them in a highlight reel, for example, on Instagram highlights. But for the most part, stories go away. Stories are great because they keep you top of mind, but they do go away. So my recommendation is posting regular posts on Facebook. And then on Instagram, I love posting reels. And then I love sharing my reels to my story. And then I love sharing my posts to my story. But I would say Facebook posts are great. Instagram reels are great. Those are the two highest leverage, I would say. Difference between Room View and us, lots of differences. We probably have to get on a call to show you. We're more focused on optimizing 8 profiles, and the kind of AI integrations and content that we have is different, and the training we have is different. So you can speak to Jose on a one-on-one call and he can explain that. Excellent. How was the training? 1 through 10? Let me know. Did you
10
get
out
some
of
good
10.
value today? Did you get some good takeaways? Excellent. We got some 10s. We got a 20. Love the 20. Love the 100. Thank you so much. So this is part of a 5-site series, by the way. So today we did Facebook. Next time we're going to do Instagram. Then the time after that, we're going to do LinkedIn. Then we're going to do Google. Then we're going to do YouTube. So we're going to cover the 5 channels in a 5-site series. So if you like this class, come to the next one. They're all awesome. And the whole goal here is to have you leverage your time and, leverage these platforms, but try not to get carried away and overwhelmed. And it's just, I know it's a lot. I mean, I watched my mom go through this, and it was painful to watch, because she didn't want to do this stuff. She was like, I just don't. I just want to work on my business, my relationships, sell homes. I don't want to do Facebook. Forget about it.
When is the next one?
The next one will be July 15th on Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alex, and thank you everybody for attending today. Looking forward to you guys attending our next session with Alex in July.
Alex,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
when is the next one?
Next one's in July. Yep. And I also do complimentary trainings on Fridays for the real estate industry. So if you do want to join any of our complimentary trainings on Fridays, we have one coming up this Friday. It's Google reviews. And then next Friday, we're doing Google reviews again, because a lot of people need that. If you want to join that, it's googlemasterychallenge.com, I think it's called. Let me just double check. googlemasterychallenge.com. Yeah, googlemasterychallenge.com is a free challenge I'm doing if you want to get more Google reviews.
Thank you.
Tony, if you want us to do an event for your company, we're happy to do that. You can email hello@realgrader.com or schedule time with Jose.
Who am I sending it to?
You can just go email hello@realgrader.com.
Hello.
Yeah, just
Yep.
put it on the
Okay,
Zoom
thank
chat
you.
for you, Tony.
Thank you. Mhm.
And Marianne, for our Friday event, you can go to googlemasterychallenge.com.
What time is it Friday?
Friday is at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you again.
You got it. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.